book of Genesis is the first book of the Bible. It is a book of beginnings. It tells us how the world began. It tells us how God created everything. Genesis is very important. It lays the foundation for our understanding of God. It tells us about our place in the world. Genesis means beginning or origin. It is a fitting title. The book describes the beginning of the universe, the earth, and humanity. It introduces us to the God who created all things. He is a God of order and purpose. The stories in Genesis are rich in symbolism. They convey deep truths about God, humanity, and the world. Understanding these truths can help us live better lives. They can guide our relationships with God, each other, and the earth. Genesis is not just an ancient text. Its stories are still relevant today. They speak to the human condition. They offer hope and wisdom for our modern world. The creation story in Genesis is told in poetic language. It describes how God created the world in 6 days. Each day marks a stage in the creative process. God starts with a world that is formless and void. He then brings order and life to it. On the first day, God created light and separated it from darkness. He called the light day and the darkness night. On the second day, God created the sky. He separated the waters above from the waters below. He called the sky heaven. On the third day, God created the land and the sea. He also created vegetation. This included plants and trees. On the fourth day, God created the sun, moon, and stars. He made them to give light to the earth and to mark seasons, days, and years. The creation story is full of symbolic language. It is important to understand that the story is not meant to be taken literally. It is meant to convey deeper truths about God and creation. For example, the number 7 is significant in the creation story. God rested on the 7th day. This teaches us that rest is important. It is a time to reflect on God's goodness and to appreciate His creation. The order of creation is also significant. God creates light before the sun and moon. This tells us that God is the ultimate source of light and life. He is not dependent on created things. The creation of humans in God's image is perhaps the most important symbol in the story. It tells us that we are special to God. He has given us a unique role in creation. He has given us the responsibility to care for His creation. The creation story offers many lessons that are relevant to our lives today. One important lesson is the importance of balance. God created the world in a balanced and ordered way. This balance is essential for life to flourish. Another important lesson is the importance of respect for all living things. God created all creatures, great and small. He declared that they were good. This teaches us that all life is precious and deserves our respect. The creation story also teaches us about our responsibility to care for the earth. God entrusted the care of creation to humanity. We are called to be good stewards of the earth's resources. We must use them wisely and protect them for future generations. Section 5, Contemporary Connections, Echoes of Genesis. The lessons of Genesis are particularly relevant in today's world. We are facing many challenges. These include climate change, pollution, and the loss of biodiversity. These problems stem from our failure to live in harmony with God's creation. The creation story reminds us that we are not the masters of creation. We are part of it. We are called to live in a way that respects the delicate balance of nature. We are called to care for the earth and all its creatures. By living in harmony with creation, we can help to create a better future for all. We can honor God's gift of creation. We can fulfill our role as stewards of the earth. Section 6, The Power of Rest, a Universal Need. The concept of rest, emphasized by God's own act of resting on the 7th day, holds a crucial lesson for us. In today's fast-paced world, rest is often neglected. We are constantly bombarded with information. We are pressured to be productive. We can easily forget the importance of taking time to rest and recharge. Rest is not just about sleeping. It is about taking a break from our daily routines. It is about spending time in nature. It is about connecting with loved ones. It is about engaging in activities that bring us joy and peace. When we take time for rest, we allow ourselves to heal. We allow ourselves to reconnect with ourselves, with others, and with God. We return to our lives refreshed and renewed. Section 7, Stewardship, our shared responsibility. The creation story highlights the concept of stewardship. God entrusted humanity with the care of his creation. This responsibility is not just for a select few, it is a shared responsibility. It falls on all of us. Stewardship involves making conscious choices in our daily lives. It involves reducing our environmental impact. It involves supporting sustainable practices. It involves speaking out against injustice and environmental degradation. Every small action we take can make a difference. By embracing our role as stewards, we can help to create a more just and sustainable world for all. Section 8, Genesis and Science, a Harmonious Coexistence. The relationship between Genesis and science has been a subject of much debate. Some people see them as contradictory, others see them as complementary. It is important to remember that Genesis was written in a different time. It was written in a different culture than our own. It uses figurative language to convey spiritual truths. It was not intended to be a scientific textbook. Science, on the other hand, seeks to understand the natural world through observation and experimentation. It helps us to understand the mechanisms of creation. It helps us to appreciate the complexity and wonder of the universe. Rather than seeing Genesis and science as contradictory, we can view them as different ways of approaching the same reality. Genesis offers us a theological framework for understanding creation. Science provides us with tools to explore and appreciate the details of that creation. Section 9, Conclusion, the enduring legacy of Genesis. The book of Genesis is a timeless masterpiece. It offers profound insights into the nature of God, humanity, and the world. Its stories continue to resonate with people of all cultures and backgrounds. The creation story, in particular, is a powerful reminder of our place in the universe. We are not above creation, we are part of it. We are called to live in harmony with it. We are called to care for it. As we face the challenges of the 21st century, the lessons of Genesis are more relevant than ever. By embracing the values of balance, respect, and responsibility, we can create a more just and sustainable future for all. We can honor God's creation. We can fulfill our role